far away.
Welcome to another exciting episode of $1 Million Peddlers. I'm Paper Guy.
And I'm Mr. Magazine.
And it's the Hump Day Happy Hour. Salute. And today we had Octana Shiner.
Yeah, we sure did.
Tasted like not good.
No.
And want to thank everybody, especially want to thank Primetime Treasure Hunter for being on last week. It was a lot of fun. Well, till the end, but we'll get into that a little bit later. You may notice go ahead.
I totally forgot about that last week, and everything got screwed up at the end.
Yep.
If you talk to him, tell him I'm interested in his Batman, Spider-Man, Star Wars variant comics. If he wants to sell them in bulk, I'm interested. He still says he's got a lot left, so
I will do so.
All right, thank you. Don't forget.
Why don't you say hi to everybody and tell everybody what's going on?
All right, we have first out the box. Super C Delights is in the house. Marvelous Michael's always here. Delightful Dawn is always a pleasure. Ferocious Feral Girls in the house. How's it going? Super C's, just so polite, saying hi to everybody. Awesome Antiquarian's here. Let's see. Michael number 2's in the house. Marvelous Mike, how's it going? Cool Carl's in the house. How you doing? Marvelous Meredy. Diaper Danny Frisco's in the house. And I think, hold on, my buddy, Awesome Aaron is here as well.
We're actually not using the green screen today. After the computer crash last week, we invested a fair amount of money in the channel, have a new computer. We have a new camera. This is actually one of the features on the camera. So we don't even need the green screen falling over on top of us. I got new microphones on the way, really upgraded everything we had over here. It was the perfect time to do so. And I want a big shout out to Random Neighborhood Kid who helped set everything up and helped pick everything out that we ended up buying. He's actually going to be moving out this weekend as well. Cadillac, moving out.
Lucky guy.
Hopefully that doesn't get Billy Joel after us. So he's going to have everything set up here and teach me how to do some editing as well. So that'll limit the amount of time that he has to keep coming back every day to help me bail me out.
I mean, we really look like YouTubers that have like 100,000 followers.
Really do. We're here in the studio.
Yeah.
Breaking news. Breaking interplanetary news.
Very 80s. Oh, shit. Jazzy Jeff's in the house. How's it going?
Very 80s. That's great. All right, everybody. Now that we've got all the excitement out of the way, how are our sales? I think that's what's on everybody's mind right now. Start out as we always do. Why don't you start out, Mr. Magazine, as you always do?
I'm going to start with Amazon, which is average to above average. Can't complain, really. We get some good sales every couple days that spike our sales. We have websites doing great. DVDs are a little off, but the biggest disappointment by far is eBay. It is atrocious. I've never seen anything like this. I can't remember when my sales today, up until a couple hours ago, are equivalent to 10 years ago. It's I don't understand. 200,000 listings on sale. We take offers. We do promoteds, and we're selling 30 items a day, 40 items. I mean, that's pathetic. I mean, I don't know what else I can do, honestly. It's crazy.
I see the light said more storage room for my goods. There you go.
Yeah.
There you go.
What are you going to put in RNK's room?
Plus, he's got an apartment. Maybe I can start stuff over there, too.
That's a good idea. Yeah.
Nice. Max headroom. Nice.
Cool Carl's in the house. I don't think there's enough C's in there. Realistically, there's 2 more C's.
Michael had crickets.
Yeah.
T minus 1 week. Well,
Yeah. Paper boy.
Pricing action figures in a month. Nice.
Cool.
Nice.
All right. So far, I feel like we're all in the same boat. Not that I would be upset, but I would feel bad if I'm the only one tanking my company, because of eBay.
No, thank you.
Appreciate that. Yeah, he's gonna blossom away from this guy.
Steady Eddie. No complaints. Okay.
What are you selling? Because whatever I'm selling, no one wants it.
Pretty good considering I haven't been listing. Okay, Feral Girl.
Yeah, nice.
Crickets for me for 10 days or more. Ouch.
I just think this is, it's either steady or poor. Papa Paul's in the house. Nice. And thank you. I got everything in the mail. We're good to go. Appreciate that. And next month we'll be dropping off 50 monster boxes to you.
Nice. $60 a week. Oh, that's brutal.
Yeah, it's crazy. I mean,
brutal.
I don't know what's going on. It's just crazy. Why is it just eBay and nothing else, though?
Right. Make my whatnot
Wow.
sales look great.
I might have to go
Mr.
on. I might have to
Magazine,
try
suddenly
what?
gonna be trying whatnot. eBay won't put me in a higher tax bracket. $15 in a week. Oh,
Wow.
That was looking like. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, cool.
Sales are okay. All right. Oh, what another big thing I just realized: the air conditioning is working.
Yeah, last week it was like the Sahara Desert, and now it's like the Arctic. Yeah,
It was a
nice.
sauna. eBay sales are so bad. I maybe finally set up my Etsy account. Wow. So the best anybody's doing is steady.
Right.
And most people are tanking. Sales have started to pick, except Dawn, of course.
Nice. Yeah.
13 over the weekend, which is higher than sometimes, right?
Sure. Nice. Very cool.
Syracuse Middle Eastern Festival starts tomorrow through Sunday.
You can buy a lot of stuff that won't sell on eBay. Good idea.
Well, I'd be buying falafel or something.
Oh.
I was going to text you and checking into stuff. I've got room.
Nice.
Well, my sales.
How are your sales?
Oh, thank you. I never thought you'd ask. My sales are okay. Monday was terrible. I sold a total of 2 items on Monday. Today it picked back up. Why do you think sales are bad right now, Mr. Magazine?
Well, 4th of July, we're still going to use it as an excuse, which I don't believe it, but who knows? Maybe some people just got back in the swing of things. The weather. For me, I got less sales, less positives. Our feedback, we got a few negatives. So like my ratings going down to 99.4. So that might be killing me a little bit. I don't know. I can't figure
What happened yesterday and today, Mr. Magazine?
And this planet.
Amazon Prime Day. Exactly.
That's true, yeah.
I think a lot of people are going over to Amazon. I tend to notice the sales tend to be a little bit low.
But I got to interrupt. Popular Paul's in the house. Amazon is down 70%. eBay's up 30%. That's the opposite. It really should be the other way around, right?
Yeah.
With the norm.
But a lot of times I do notice that on Amazon Prime Day, it tends to be a little bit low.
Mm-hmm.
There you go. Not a big fan of this Prime Day stuff. There we go. And I think the other reason why there are some problems has to do with all of the site updates that eBay has been doing with the shipping. And I think a lot of people are changing their shipping policies, and a lot of people are changing a lot of stuff as far as that goes. I think the site is just a shambles at this moment with shipping policy updates, eBay updating their coding, this updating, that updating. I'm updating my shipping policies. You're not updating yours. So when I update my shipping policies, does that count as an activity on my account, on my items, that then pushes that up a little bit in search? But if everybody is doing that, then, I just think there's a lot going on right now. I think I would say I wouldn't panic. I would kind of wait for the dust to settle a little bit.
Well, the problem is, though, you can say that about that right now, but let's go back 2-3 months. We've been saying the same thing little by little. For me, each month has been getting worse and worse and worse and worse and worse. And if this keeps happening by November, December, I don't even know what to do. I almost have to shut eBay down or pause it or something. I don't know. It's crazy.
Oh yeah, the free scheduling. Yep. I definitely schedule a lot of items as well, especially when I'm going away somewhere other. I schedule now. That helped me a lot. On that new policy update, randomly remove listings, cancel listings with that have been on the site for 12 months or more with no sales. Interesting. I know there was something going on because when I went into my eBay Seller Hub, I should have about 21,800 items or so. It said I had about 21,300, but then when I was looking at my policies, you start adding those numbers up and 21,800. So about 500 items are somewhere, but I don't know where they are. I wonder if you're going to get any notification from eBay if they take your items down, if they haven't any sales, because with us in the long tail, a year is not a long time by any means whatsoever. Right.
But again, if they're going to do that, they should hold it into an area where, hey, and send you an email saying, hey, we're holding these 500 items, 1,000 items. You need to revise them or do something and then resubmit them or something like that. But we've actually been ending old magazines from like 2015, 16, 17 in bulk, like by the box code. So, thousands of them we've been, ending because let's face it, we've had them for almost 10 years. We probably sold the good stuff out of it. Do we really need to store a box on the shelf if we're going to sell one item a month out of it?
Right.
So we're trying to take those down. We X the box, delete the date code, pull it off the shelf, and put it in storage. We need the room anyway. So,
promoted this last year, I ended up doing 30, or this last week, 31 out of 52. So 60% were promoted, because eBay keeps repeating the same ones in people's stores when they have just one.
Crazy.
Offers. Traffic is coming out there. I get 51 old offers, but 169 total offers.
It is weird. I'm getting a lot of offers too, which makes no sense because I send out the sales and no one's biting.
Have to check the ended listings. Yeah, luckily I do that.
Lovely Linda's in the house. How's it going?
And I did sell 3 items on million.dollar.peddlers and 1 item on Etsy. Etsy's been really, really slow as well. 7 figures on Amazon for 4 years. We might do half of that. Oh,
yeah, that's brutal. So my Amazon's probably down 20%. My eBay's down 50%. And so what we're doing is we're putting more stock in Amazon. Unless something's unique, and we think it's going to sell on eBay in a short term, we put on eBay. If something's common, we just put it in the back burner. And Amazon's still good for us. We're selling records, toys, magazines, a little bit of everything.
Well, and I meant to say this last week. I've got the number that I need to be downloaded into my account. And if I get above that number, then I buy a card that I need.
Yeah.
Last week, I made it above that number by $2, nice. Which means I get to buy a card that I need. I actually completed the 1954 top set.
Cool.
So now I'm looking at what I want to complete next, and I made it above this week by $2. So
what are you working
just made it. The rest of this year, I'm going to work and finish the 66 tops, which I don't need too many, but I need some highs, which are kind of expensive. Some of those high numbers are $25 a piece.
Especially if they're in good shape, because then they're going to grade them and get crazy money.
VG, they're $25 for like Dick Hauser's, like $30 for a common. And then I'm going to work on the 72. So that's the rest of this year. Next year, I'm going to bite the bullet, and I'm going to go for the 53 tops.
Nice.
Willie Mays and Warren Spahn are the only 2 big guys that I need, and the Willie Mays is a $1,200 card.
And you don't buy any graded because they're not graded, right? You're not pay less money.
Not unless I can get a really good deal on it.
Yeah.
But you're talking $1,200 on a Mays anyway. So that'll be the last card I get out of the set. I really need to make a really, really big sale in order to get that. But that's what we're working on next. How about any buys out there? Anybody buying anything out there?
I've been going away on weekends and trying to stay away from the shop and avoid unnecessary buys, because we get these customers that come in. I get $20, $30, $40, $50. Get nickel and dime here and there. And at the end of the week, I'm spending $500 on things that aren't great or they're not going to get to them. So I'm trying to either schedule appointments. So if someone wants to sell me something, we want to see what it is. We're going to prep it. If I'm interested in it, we'll make an appointment. But I've been going away for the weekends for my kids' baseball and football, and I haven't spent much money at all, which is great. I did do a joint venture with Chet from Rhinos Comics. You were involved as well. Some guy had an old Silver Age run of Spider-Man comics. Some were graded. So we kind of split that thing up, and then I'm trying to upgrade mine as well. And that's about it, really. Staying away from the buys.
How about anybody else? Anybody else out there buying anything? It's supposed to be the buying season right now.
How about you?
I'm glad you asked. I did go to a church sale. It was that annual sale that they have where it's $10 fill a bag, but you got to have the bag in advance. They will not let you in and see what you want. You got to buy the bag.
You got to buy the bag from them.
Yep, you buy the bag from them, and then you go in. So I ended up buying 2 bags. It was $15 for 2 bags. Filled them up, got some interesting things, including this wonderful tie that you're seeing right over here, courtesy of the church. Say, oh, it gets freaky right there. Still got the price tag on, like a mini pearl. You wanted $8. I put it in a bag. Cost me 20 cents or something other like that.
Nice.
So cannot argue with that whatsoever. And I can expense this beautiful tie because I'm wearing it on the air. So I'll make some money. Got some things that I wouldn't normally have got. I thought the flea market would be really good because Sunday was a beautiful day. They'd been talking all week rain, but then it turned out to be a really, really nice Sunday. I go down there. Maybe 30% of the dealers had set up. Wow. They just had it in their head they weren't going to set up. I ended up spending $14, so wasn't certainly not worth the trip down for that. Take down 11,000 items listed. Oh, Oh, that
Man,
hurts.
how do I find that out? Because are they going in unsolds or no?
I believe I hopefully.
Because I would catch that. Then so far they haven't done that to me because I do the unsolds. I relist them every day. So.
And then there was a comic show up over here. I bought a couple of things, including the item of the week that you're going to see a little bit later. I did buy that at the comic show. Seemed to be fewer dealers at the comic show than there had been. And they seem to be, I talked to a couple of them. They said they were doing okay. But there was actually one dealer there with a quarter box. He had like 5 quarter boxes.
Wow.
When's the last time you saw a quarter box?
Decades ago. He probably was doing okay with it. I mean,
yeah,
I can't expect anything great, but
a lot of dollar boxes. That guy had a quarter box. It definitely seemed to be, much as we had seen a few months ago, people are putting the low price things out there because other people, the people want to buy.
Yeah. The problem is the high price stuff, whether it's at a comic show or on eBay, the high price stuff, people are making the low offers on them. They're not going to pay $1,000 and $1,000 item. They want it for $600-700. I mean, so there's no point of even listing some of this stuff.
Yeah, it's kind of crazy over there with that stuff. And then I got a little bit excited because a mutual friend of ours had passed a call along to me, and the person had called and left a message. Used to own an antique store. They got all this stuff, and oh yeah, definitely I'm interested. So I called and talked to them. They want me to sell a book for them that they told me it's a $2,000 book, and maybe we can work it out with consignment and this, that. And so I did a little bit of research on it. Not with their book in hand. Yeah, it's a $2,000 book if it's signed. If it's truly a first edition, it's about a $750 book. So now I've got to go down and figure out if it's first edition, and then tell them, look, it's a $750 book, not a $2,000 book, and so on. That's always very, very delicate to do. And some of the other stuff they were talking about, she's, I realize you got to make money, but then the way she was talking, it almost basically sounds like her idea of me making money is not my idea of me making money. One of those deals that,
it's funny. I had a guy come in today. I don't think he's ever sold cards to anyone, a dealer yet. And he goes, oh, they go for $450. I've checked all these different, websites, which who knows? I would still go by eBay regardless, because that's, one website could have a $100 card, but might only be 30 on eBay anyway. So he goes, oh, it's $450. I'm just looking for 400. I said, well, if I buy that from you and sell them all on eBay, if they all sell for full price, after their fees, I'm losing like $10-20.
Yeah.
He had no clue, and he wasn't going to give the stuff away. So I'm like, you're better off selling it yourself. Then I go, no matter where you go to in town, no dealer's going to give you that for those cards. If you had a card's going to fly off the shelf, they're going to pay 60-70%.
Yeah, they're not going to give you,
but not on common stuff.
Yeah,
exactly.
Wow.
Yep.
Yep. That's kind of what, I'm going to go see what the lady had, but it's going to be kind of no buying since mid-June.
Wow, I'm so jealous.
And I've cut way back as well with that as well.
Wow, that's crazy. What do you do about that? Like how? So it could be anything, because we have stuff from 10 years ago. So if you look at it, I have 200,000 listings. Go back a year, I might have 180,000 listings. We're going to end 180,000 listings. I mean, they'd be doing me a favor probably the way things are right now. But
the problem is how you're going to find them. That's the big problem.
You can't find them. They're just dead. That's crazy.
That's the problem. Found a free box with books, including a $100 book. Nice. Need to find a few more of those myself. 90 days. You can't view them. Then we're going on until they go into ended listings. Jeez. Glitch of the week. Well, obviously, the winner of the glitch of the week, I'm going to tell you right off the bat, was us for the ending of our show last week. I want to thank Primetime for saving the day at the end. I do have a little bit of a problem, though, Mr. Magazine.
Okay.
I'm not making this up. 9 different people reached out to me and said they absolutely loved the end of the show last week. Epic was a word that was thrown around a lot by these people. Why is it the best thing that ever happened?
Primetime took over.
The best thing that ever happened on our channel was when we weren't on it. That's terrible. That's telling me something. Jeez. I don't know exactly what that's telling me. I had a bit of a problem over on eBay. They did have a glitch. I was listing a magazine, and then I changed the next item I listed was a railroad timetable.
Okay.
And item specifics updated, so I filled in all the item specifics for the railroad timetable.
Okay.
Then all of a sudden, the item specifics changed back to magazine. even though it was still listed in the railroad timetable. So yeah, exactly. I don't know, have any idea how eBay did
Before
that.
I forget, because my mind's not what it used to be. These unsold where they're going into for eBay. You with me so far?
Okay.
If you just relist them all, then they're not a year old anymore or older. So then it'd be fine,
I guess.
right?
Yeah.
If you could probably just relist them all in bulk.
Except they're saying they're not showing up in unsold. That's what they're saying.
Oh, I thought it was completed. Is it which one? Where are they showing up then? Wait, someone said it, didn't they?
Amazon is still, as of today, offering first class shipping. Did you notice that, Mr.
Good
Magazine?
for them. It's rare.
There's no more first class
I know
shipping.
that.
But they're still offering first class shipping.
Well, Shopify still has regional
Do they really?
for my option to print a label. Yeah.
Well, and then eBay had it where when I was printing a label today, it was set up for ground advantage, but I could opt to ship it out first class as well. Now, why would I ship it at the same price and everything? Like, why is it still offering me that? And then another problem that I saw, I tried to change on Viv's Views. She does not use business policies, so I would change it in bulk. Change everything over to ground advantage. Ground advantage was not an option when you're changing things in bulk. It was still first class was all that they were offering. This was on the 11th.
It's really the same thing. They're not going to send it back. That'd be crazy.
No, they won't send it back, but still eBay's saying they're giving you 30 days to update. Yeah, exactly. So how can you update
Wait, all your listings?
That's what eBay's saying. Exactly.
And then if you don't, then what?
We don't know. You can be the guinea pig on that.
Thank you. Well, I'm not gonna change 200,000 listings.
But yeah, eBay is all screwed up on things, and I don't know. I think a lot of it has to do with the shipping thing. Oh, I would definitely appreciate that. Thank you. We actually missed last week's item of the week. Mr. Magazine had found for prime time had found some playing cards with Mountain Dew on them, but unfortunately we forgot that entire segment. It was a fun show, but we forgot one of the main parts that we had here. But this week I do have something other I picked up at the comic show. Paid $7 for it, which is a little more than what I usually pay on things. That's more than I pay for things.
Yeah.
Oh
Gosh.
The Food Stamp Gourmet. Freaky. It's really freaky.
The blue stamp.
The Food Stamp Gourmet. This actually is a book. Underground comic artists did some work in it.
See, look at my hat.
Yeah, I know it disappears sometimes there. But yeah, you've got Greg Irons and Gilbert Shelton did some artwork on this over here. You can find this out there. This is the second time that I found this. It goes for like $60. And the whole thing is it tells you different recipes you can make really, really cheap. Boiled beef, fish soup, moussaka, all that kind of thing. But you definitely cannot forget that cover right there. And again, if you see this out there, these are out there. You will find them in the food shop, cooking area, cookbook area. Pick this one up. It's about a $60 item. So keep your eyes open. Soft cover, 48 pages. So keep your eyes open for that when you are out there.
Nice.
Pick that up for $7 at the comic show. Can't argue with that.
Don says everybody should hit the like button. What do you think?
I think everybody should hit the like button. And it sells someone. We got a notification top of the page. You have to try and list it. You are not the owner.
Whoa.
Yeah, I've had that happen one time before. It's kind of crazy on that. What's up, my britches? I'll be lurking. Got to clean and photo a bunch of records. Nice. We got a whole bunch because we kept it real short last week with the insulting offers of the week, but we got a whole bunch. Oh, speaking of one other quick thing over there. So we had the storm we were talking about where my wires ended up down and air conditioning was out, et cetera, et cetera. So one of the things that happened was Spectrum, which I do not use. They had their lines, because the prior owners had used Spectrum, were lying across the backyard. Mm-hmm. So I had to call Spectrum, got an email from them. I want you to listen to this, Mr. Magazine. A support ticket has been submitted to your local dispatch team.
Nice.
Okay, no problem.
Good.
You will get up to 3 phone calls within the next hour to set up the soonest possible appointment for this maintenance. Why am I getting 3 phone calls to set up one appointment?
Did you get 3?
No, I got 1, but you will get up to 3. Ignore the schlub that just called you. I can get in 20 minutes sooner. I mean, what exactly are they doing over there? Time for the insulting offer of the week. Let me get the band hammer over here.
Hold on. We got to say hello. All right, Jackass is in the house. We got who else we got?
Oh yeah, no, that's
Marvelous
definitely
Mr. Hot
that's
Wheels here.
definitely a problem, Paul. They're showing up at 60 and 63, and people are getting back charged on that. Yep, people are definitely getting back charged on that. Just to let you know,
crazy.
E-commerce Bites was talking about that today. So we got the band hammer, which disappears into space.
Yeah.
Oh, look, I can hit Mr. Magazine and nobody can see it. You just see your head going like that for no reason. So Mr. Magazine had a People Pinup Magazine Digest from the 1950s, $21.43, $3 offer. That definitely is a band hammer. What did that cost new?
75 cents. I mean, you're talking 70 years ago.
You add inflation and that, it costs more than $3 new.
Crazy.
He also had the Macworld Premiere issue from 1984 for $105, $40 offer. You know, that's Apple. That's going to be a very popular.
Steve Jobs on the cover.
Steve Jobs on the cover. Yep. I had a Mexico This Month magazine, $32, free shipping, $5 offer, which is less than the shipping cost. Gotta love those.
Mm-hmm.
Mr. Magazine had Arnold Schwarzenegger signed picture framed, $140, $50 offer on it.
We just sold it for $125.
Did you?
Yep.
To the same guy? Probably not.
No, I don't think so.
You had Micro Machines Aircraft 2, $51, $14 offer on that. People are definitely hitting some low offers. You got to stay away from wrestling. I'm beginning to notice that wrestling fans are really cheap. Wrestling ring and cage inbox, you wanted 122 pounds on it, which was selling to Britain.
Yeah.
They offered 40 pounds, so offering a third of value. You had a Ford Mustang. I called it a Hot Wheels type car because I didn't really want to type out all of it.
Right.
You were asking $20. They offered $2. And it was not a Hot Wheels. It was like a different brand, so it probably was like a $3 to $4 car new.
Sure. I
had original art from Lee DeGroot. One of a kind, original art. I was asking $42, so I'm giving it away to start with.
Yeah.
$5 offer. You had a Halo Spartan figure, $63. They offered you 10. You ignored them. Then they did raise their offer up to 15.
Yeah, I think they're at 20 now. So they're slowly getting there.
So about 3 weeks from now, you'll see that in a Bolo video when they finally get up to 45. And then I had the July 30th, 1951 Time Magazine, $28.22, offered $5 with free shipping. Again, less than I can ship it for. So the band hammer was busy.
Full effect.
Heading off into the sky there. So want to thank everybody for making that a great segment. Thank you, everybody, making us terrible offers. I actually did have some customer issue. What would you have done in this case, Mr. Magazine? So I had a magazine for $28 free shipping.
Okay.
They offered $15.
Okay.
I said, I can't do that with the free shipping. I countered them at $20. They declined my offer and then bought the magazine for $28.
Oh, good for them. What can you do?
I refunded them $8.
Oh, nice. All right. I usually do like a $20.99, so then it gives me one more at $20. Like if I want to go to $20, I'm not gonna go to $20 on my first counter. I'll go to $20.99, then I'll counter, and then hopefully we meet somewhere there.
I just figured they were a newer buyer. I think they meant to accept it and hit the wrong button. Is what I think ended up happening. So I just sent them back the $8.
JK says something to say. He wants you to say it.
Let me just say, eBay is totally fork and borked today. Is the fire festival of online marketplaces that we don't even get grilled cheese sandwiches. Yeah. Well put. Yeah, well put.
Absolutely.
Well put. Doing a stock take seems to be the only. Oh, that's going to be terrible. That's going to be absolutely terrible with as many items as we have. Well, we won't have that many in a while. Problem solved.
So isn't that going to hurt their sales, eBay sales? Everyone has less to sell?
You would think so. And then I got somebody or other, and I don't usually entertain this kind of thing.
So they're nowhere.
Basically.
Not completed, not ended, anywhere else.
They're just suppressed somewhere. Yeah. Gentleman emailed me from Britain. I'm currently working on a project getting every ref for every top flight match in England from 1960 to 2023. This is one of the few games I'm missing. Would you have any chance of checking the referee in this game for me? That would be highly appreciated. Usually I don't do that kind of thing, but just because of the historical aspect of it. And I said, now talk about somebody or other that's just got a crazy hobby trying to figure that out. They weren't buying it, but it was easy enough for me to find. I scanned the pictures, sent it to them. And
nice of you.
Yeah, once in a while I do something nice for somebody. Once in a while. Then I had a French customer ask me, BJ, which I believe means bonjour. Y a-t-il des pub merci en? I responded back. I had no idea what he was talking about.
Translated? I thought you were Johnny Foreign guy.
Yes, except he's using a lot of initials and things like that. So, yeah, I just was laughing when he sent me that. Mr. Magazine had a customer. Yeah, the bot bag guy. Yep. Can you do the research? Yep. He's still around. He stopped bothering me years ago because I just stopped answering because he would always be asking stuff. But I felt bad for this guy. Like I said, he's, I don't know, for whatever reason. Mr. Magazine had a guy contact him. I urge you to respect what we had agreed before I sent you the best offers. Nobody will be really richer or poorer for $15. It is a question of respecting what had been agreed upon. Before sending you the best offers for the 1936 Newsweek, the 1938 Newsweek, and the 1956 Time, I told you I didn't find logical to pay over $25 shipping for 3 magazines to Miami. You let me know the shipping for 2 of them would be $9.99 priority. And in my request for a quote of 3, you just answered, okay. Furthermore, you offered, as per your words, we can invoice 1 shipping or refund the diff. Thanks. And that's one of those people that I suspect probably has issues with a lot of different things because he has everything running along in his head the way things should be. Yeah. But then he gets impatient, buys things, pays for it. And you've been noticing a lot of people doing that lately.
Oh, yeah.
And doesn't really communicate well with what he thinks things need to be. And that, I'm finding that more and more lately. Well,
then the people that have to automatically pay when they buy the item.
Even though we're not set up to have to make you do that.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of crazy over there. And then I had an Amazon return, Mr. Magazine.
Oh, wow.
The person ordered it July 8th, which was on the weekend. I shipped it out July 10th, which is Monday morning, because the 8th was on the weekend.
Yeah.
They put in a return on July 10th that it arrived too late.
Again, a guy on eBay just gave me a negative because he was supposed to get his item today and he didn't. And the tracking clearly shows it should be today, but still, maybe tomorrow, maybe. I mean, we already had that one guy already gave us 4 negatives. We called eBay. They took them off.
Rumor is eBay is running against maximizing their server space, which is the reason for removing listings. Where are our fees going?
But where are they drawing the line? What is their system? Like, say you have 30,000 listings. Are they ending 1,000 of yours? A percentage of yours? A percentage of mine? How far are they going back? Because if I have 200,000 listings and 180,000 that are a year old or older, are they ending all of those? I mean, it doesn't make any sense. They're really heading to, they're going towards the Titanic.
You're right. Je ne parle pas le français. Exactly.
Marvelous Michelle's in the house. We have Terrific Troy.
Thank you, guys.
Guru's in the house. Yep. All
right. Some interesting other things. When you schedule listings, you can only go out 21 days. I don't know if anybody has tried going out. Je ne paraphrase, translates, I don't speak French. Exactly. You can schedule listings out 21 days only. And you don't get an email or anything saying it's scheduled. There's probably a setting you can set up to let you know that you scheduled something, but otherwise it doesn't. Item specific that I thought was kind of interesting. I was working on my item specifics a little bit on a soccer program. Do you know what a frequent brand is for soccer programs?
No.
Hummel. So according to eBay, Hummel makes an awful lot of soccer programs.
The last word I would use.
I was going to say. Guy in Britain at a library sale paid, and of course I've converted the currency, but he paid the equivalent of 38 cents for a Harry Potter book. Turned out to be a first of the first.
Wow.
Now, it was ex-library, so it had some hefty damage, and the envelope was torn out of the back and everything. Okay. But it's still worth thousands of dollars. Not bad for a 38-cent purchase.
Dan has a nice point.
Yeah, that's actually really good. 25 photos of limited server. Yep, exactly. Charlie Watts, remember him? The drummer from the Rolling Stones? His book collection is going to Christie's.
Wow.
Including signed firsts of The Great Gatsby and The Hound of the Baskervilles.
Nice.
That's some pretty nice stuff he had over there. Guess he could have afforded it, though. I'm having a little bit of a problem with Etsy. They're reviewing a listing that's been up for over a year for whether it's prohibited or not, or copyright infringement or whatever. A Chanel paper doll book that was published back in the 1970s. So now they're reviewing it. I don't know how it went up on their radar, and it's a legitimate book. I mean, it literally says Chanel paper doll book right on the cover, and it was published by, I think, Dover Publications, if I remember right. But it's kind of crazy. You never know what's going on with that. And then I was doing my item specifics update. I had a For Men Only magazine.
Mm-hmm.
I couldn't do it, so I went to revise it. It's not permitted under the policy. Please do not relist. Now, it's a 1958 magazine, so it's got no nudity or anything.
Right.
But they don't want you to list For Men Only because that's against their policy, just to let you know.
And again, they don't have a list of titles, correct? Well, you can't go onto eBay anywhere under trust and safety.
They do not have list of titles, right?
That's the problem.
Increase their odds of selling promoted items through site traffic instead. Old paid and shipped orders are popping up in my waiting ship. Okay, that's happened a few times. I know Popeye had that happen a couple of months ago. It happened to me once, but has not happened since. Are you familiar, Mr. Magazine, with the Thousand Islands?
A little bit.
When you're listing a postcard, one of the item specifics in a postcard for Thousand Islands, it suggests the city of a Thousand Islands. Yep, which it's not a city. Spoiler alert, it's not a city.
Considering eBay's other problems, that's very, very minute.
That I actually had an item removed for violating the Violence and Violent Criminals policy. It's an Ohio State alumni magazine from March 2008 with an article in it about studying serial killers. And apparently, if you study serial killers, your violent criminal policy is being thing.
Well, they hit me with two. They hit me with 3 Hitler items in like a week's time. His car and then the 2 records, which was crazy. And they didn't end the records. I had to catch it. I had to delete them.
Yeah, yep. And that was the same thing happened with the Ohio State one.
They deleted the car one. The car was deleted. It's weird.
They ended the Ohio State one. I accidentally relisted it. And then I said, wait, I thought they said they were going to delete it. Let me just check something. And nope.
Luckily, it was at the end, or I would never caught the 2 records. They were the last 2 on my list to relist. So I caught it. But it's crazy.
Some pretty big news for Mr. Magazine. He now has account health assurance over on Amazon, which means they'll at least talk to him before they kick him off.
Well, it's funny. When my number was almost up to 600, we had like 500 violations. Now it's down to 325, and we have 50 violations. It doesn't make any sense. None of these places make sense.
Just wondering if everybody out there is updating their shipping or your business policies or what they're doing. I'm just slowly working on it over there. It's going to be a long task.
Yeah.
I don't know why they don't just automatically switch everything over, and maybe they'll end up doing something other like that. Because a lot of times, a lot of the ideas they have, they just.
But what is the post office getting out of this? They had to cost them money to switch over to this. As far as
basically where it will help us at is with those items that weigh more than a pound. Now you don't have to sit there and start figuring out, wait, what's parcel select? What's this? What's that? Because you can mail a 2-pound Life magazine using essentially first class now, except it's called Ground Advantage.
So what weight does that go up to then? Ground Advantage.
I've been relisting things up to like 10 pounds with it, so I think it's all the way up there. And it's a little bit cheaper than priority. So that'll help me a lot because if it weighed more than a pound, I was just immediately shipping it out priority. Now I can use this Ground Advantage to ship it out. Might save me a couple of dollars here and there on that. Oh, unfortunately, a little follow-up. My father is still in the ICU, just to let you guys know that. They're looking at his kidneys now, so milking that insurance for all it's worth, I guess, right?
Yeah.
An Atlantic magazine actually had an article that AI-generated junk is flooding Etsy. So people are going on and just kind of making, doing original art, but using AI for it and everything, and just junky things and putting it on there, and then probably printing on demand or sending you a file if you win something or other. And you got that, but they're not doing a lot of work. AI is doing all the work for them. I mean, I guess if you make a couple of bucks on it, God bless you. Flat rate shipping. Yeah, there you go. Couple of other quick things. Did you see, made the news a little bit. Remember Justin Bieber bought that Bored Ape NFT?
Recently or a long time ago?
A long time ago.
Okay.
He paid $1.2 million for it.
Hmm.
Now it's worth $80,000. That's a bit of a haircut on it. $1.2 million down
And
to
why
$80,000.
is it even worth that? So the person investing $80,000 thinks it's going to be worth more than that at some point. It could tank to $2,000. That's crazy.
What price are you buying it at, Mr. Magazine?
$50.
Oh, I was going to say 10 for me. So,
yeah.
Well, I'll wait till you have a fire sale of the Bored Ape NFT, and I'll buy it for 10. And then I had Ephemerama. I want to thank everybody for coming on out to that. It was a lot of fun. I did okay at it. And August 12th at 1 p.m., I am part of Paperpalooza, which I'm sure a lot of other people here are as well. So come on by. This should be a lot of fun.
Cool.
Now it's time for the big reveal. You ready, Mr. Magazine?
I'm ready.
All righty. Very simple question today, Mr. Magazine. What is eBay's identity?
I'm supposed to know this.
It's opinion. It's an opinion.
Yeah.
What is their identity?
I mean, they're turning into a dinosaur. I mean, I don't hear many positive things about them. I don't know. I'm thinking of ways to bail out of eBay, because I think if it doesn't turn around by Christmas, I might get off eBay or 50, 100,000 listings.
Or they might do it for you.
They might do that. Yeah. Well, yeah, I don't know. It doesn't look good right now. We're putting more items on the Amazon, the website, the DVD site, and very limited on eBay, but something unique or something we think we can sell, in the near future.
Well, I guess the way if I say to you, Mr. Magazine, Hip Stamp, what do you think? What do they sell?
Is that the company that does the comics too?
Well, what's Hip Stamp sell?
Stamps. Yeah, stamps and comics.
What's Hip Comics sell?
Comics.
What's Hip Postcards sell?
Postcards.
What does Discogs sell?
I was going to ask you about, I know they sell records. My question is, what's the cost to list items?
Free.
Oh.
You say Amazon, you used to think books. Now you kind of think everything with Amazon. Walmart, what do you think Walmart? You're thinking the things that Walmart sells, and there are some third-party sellers on there as well, but you're thinking the thing that Walmart sells. You say Poshmark, clothing.
Right.
And so on. Most of these sites, Del Camp, you're saying, postcards and stamps and all that kind of thing. If I say, I believe they still have a site, I say Beckett, what are you thinking?
Sports cards.
Yeah. Right. And then you get it kind of into all these different things. Every one of these sites has its niche that it's known for.
Right.
eBay.
I mean, Amazon's media, it's a wide range of stuff, but eBay's, nothing comes to mind specifically what they're number one for.
I said eBay is the everything store, which makes you the nothing store, really, when you get down to it.
Yeah.
They're trying to do luxury, which again, I think that's absolutely a terrible idea with the eBay name, and nothing against eBay. That's not a name. Now, if you were Tiffany's, if they bought out Tiffany's or bought out the auction site of Tiffany's and they put it through there, that's one thing. But eBay for luxury, I don't know. I don't know if that's going to work or not. I don't think it will. eBay Motors seems to actually be working a little bit, and they've kind of broken that off.
But they have specific sub names, so that makes sense. Yeah.
Right. Exactly. They at one point did have the ticket site, which I think they could have done a lot with.
Right.
They went and sold that off because, of course, they did. Because that's just the way they do things.
They should branch out with little sub things to specialize in. But another thing too, as I mentioned, is about my store itself, and it's been like this forever. A lot of eBayers look at my store as those auction places with a variety of consignment shops and stuff, because we sell a wide range of stuff, and that hurts me in the sense that, if I have $1,000 comic, Mile High's going to get $950 for it. I might only get $650 or $700 because the comic, collector that specializes in high grade comics may not trust what I'm selling them. And I'm a small version of what eBay is, if you think about it.
Or they may not find you, or they may not find it on your thing, because they might go to Mile High to look for comics and go through all of Mile High's comics and say, look what he's got in. Or let me sort by the newest with what Mile High has, because I know he always has comics in.
Right. But my eBay store is a small version of what eBay really is to everyone, because they're not a specialist. So like you said, someone looking for records is going to go to Discogs probably right now, not eBay.
Or if they do go to eBay, they're going to go to one of the big record sellers. I don't know, like
Right.
Popeye's Postcards is going to be doing the postcard stuff, and the other few postcard sellers.
Right.
Somebody like me that's got 50 postcards hidden in among all my listings. Good luck to me selling it.
Well, good luck for me buying magazines, because my magazine sales are totally putrid on eBay.
So, yeah, I just kind of was wondering what you guys thought about that over there with a sinkhole. I don't know if they're going to use that for their advertising or not. A sinkhole. Nice. Website for the cards. My current strategy is to keep my eBay listings maxed, and then my extra go onto the site.
Cool.
Nice. Yeah, and that's kind of the way I think a lot of us have to go to is things such as websites and all that kind of thing as well. The only thing they promote outside of eBay, it seems. Yeah, definitely. And you do see the eBay motor stuff. You hear the ads for that.
It's weird for eBay though. Like a couple times I was looking to buy vehicles, they advertise their phone numbers, which eBay must allow that.
Yeah, I believe they do. Yeah.
But then they end up selling it not through eBay. Like the 2 vehicles I bought that I found on eBay, I did not buy through eBay. They told me to go to their site and buy it, which is crazy. I'm sure that's the only 2 times in the history of eBay Motors that happened.
Right.
So.
Yeah, so it's just kind of the site's, I think, in trouble, specifically for kids' shoes. Wow.
But it seems like they don't know what to do.
Exactly.
That's the problem. They don't know where they want to go or how they're going to make things better, change it up. It's unfortunate.
Right. The problem is they're losing buyers. They don't have a lot of new buyers coming in either.
Right.
And that's not a very good long-term
the new buyers are probably more confused than anybody, because at least we've been on there for 20 years. We know where to look for certain things. New buyers probably get lost.
Right. Well, it's even like I mentioned before. And again, I like eBay. I've made a lot of money off eBay throughout the years, and I sell a lot of stuff on there I couldn't sell anywhere else. But like I mentioned a couple of shows ago, trying to search on an X-Men 94 was almost impossible. And I'm an experienced, I was just doing just to see. Now, if I were really looking for it, maybe I would go even deeper into how I was searching and everything. Mm-hmm. But a new buyer, good luck to them. And then even when we had Random Neighborhood Kid on the show, he and his friends think the site's scammy. They don't trust the site. And your kids, do they?
No, they don't go on there at all. Amazon. My wife, everyone goes on Amazon.
Yeah. Yep. And that's where eBay really has a problem. Is they're not getting the new buyers in. They're not getting the trust among people. They're alienating the sellers, and they're trying to make the money off the sellers back. They're trying to keep their profits up, trying to make the money with promoted listings and all that kind of stuff off the sellers back, when the best thing for everybody to make money for eBay, bring in a lot of new buyers, make the site easy for buyers to use, make it trustworthy for buyers to use, bring more buyers in. Instead of hiding 1,000 of Merity's listings, have her sell those 1,000 items.
Exactly right.
She'd much rather sell the 1,000 items. eBay would be making the fees off it, and everybody's happy.
How about this? Automatically put them on sale. It's better than taking them away, because now you're getting nothing. Throw them on for 20% automatic. I don't know.
Or put it on. Or how about a warning? How about these 1,000 items will be disappearing in the next day unless you do something. Click here to put them all on 20% things.
Right.
Click here to save this to your inventory where you can work on them and update your listings. Whatever.
Sure, yeah.
Here are the 1,000 items we're taking off. We'll make it an easy fix for you. You can put it all at 20% sale, or we'll save it over to your inventory and you can work on it later.
Crazy. Whatever.
As opposed to, it disappeared, and we're not going to tell you what it was. Try to find it.
Yeah, exactly.
That doesn't build trust with the sellers either.
Right.
When you get right down to it, at least make it easy for us to see, so we can end and relist, so we can do it and change something or other on it. So somehow or other we can make it work. So the thing paper is plateau, but increase their seller base 4-4-fold. They have the data. They need to feed their seller base. That's the short term. That's the short term way to make money, but that long term isn't going to work. I've heard of a couple of people that are moving off of eBay. I've got the website set up. Mr. Magazine's got his website set up. We have a contingency plan in place should we need it. Obviously, that's not what I want to do. I want to be selling on eBay. I've sold on there forever. So 1998, I joined. I'd love to keep selling, but they don't make it easy. Let's put it that way. Even this entire thing going on with the new shipping. how about default to move everything to ground advantage that is currently first class and notify people this is what's happening. And then the people that want to do that are able to send things in envelopes and that stuff, they have to go in, they have to change back. There are far fewer people doing that. I guarantee you 99% of the people out there selling have at least some item that they're shipping out first class that they now have to make a change on.
Right.
Why make 99% of the people fiddle with their listings to make the change?
Right.
When you're spending the time fiddling with the listings, guess what you're not doing?
Listing.
Exactly. You're not listing new product on there.
Right.
You're not selling new products. You're not doing any of that because you're spending all of your time working on the old stuff. Easy fix. Easy fix. Rather than making 99% of the people touch their listings and change the shipping,
right,
make 5% do it. Duh.
So,
but it's an easy fix.
If a buyer wants to buy one of my items
Mhm.
and it's got first class still, are they able to purchase it with first class?
Currently, yes, but in 30 days, then we don't know what's going to happen in 30 days. That's the whole problem.
I guess I should call them.
Like
and call them about the ended listings too.
Like they're going to know, but yeah, definitely, yeah. So Mr. Magazine will be doing some homework this week.
Well, because I'm wondering why are my sales down 75% today? Like, why is today so bad? Where usually you would be a Sunday or something, or 4th of July was better than today. Because today's sales, I'm down probably 80% right now on a daily basis.
Let's see what Antiquarian said there. And then on the left side, hit the completed listings button to see if any show up that disappeared. Okay, yeah. I don't know if people have tried that already, if that works or not. I did try that yesterday just because my listing seemed light and nothing had shown up on there that way. So hopefully they haven't had anything in mind, but I'll definitely take a look tomorrow.
So check the completed then.
Right.
If you have any.
But again, how much extra work is that? As opposed to letting them ride and then having me list new items.
Right. No, I agree.
Boy, I am all riled up today. Shot out of a cannon.
I mean, I guess if my IT guy knows what he's doing, he can end these things in bulk, relist them all with the proper shipping. So you're saving, we'd have to kill 180,000 listings. Maybe you can do 5,000.
Well, you don't even have to end them in order to do it. You can list them like that as well.
Yeah, but don't you want them as new? What I'm saying is if you end them and relist them, now they're not a year old.
Right.
Everything's new. So.
Yep.
Wow, that's crazy.
Drops a lot of competition and know about the change or are too lazy. Right. That is true too. So much smaller than eBay, and all my listings were automatically switched over to ground advantage. Yeah, right. Exactly. Exactly. Mercari was able to figure it out. Yep. Other customers, we are their customers. Buyers are our customers.
Yeah.
Being bribes to us.
Sure.
You're absolutely right. Absolutely right. All righty. That was a spirited discussion.
Nice. Yeah.
I got veins popping out of my head today. We're going to head on into the rambling story of the week. And Mr. Magazine, do you have one?
I do. It's regarding my new vehicle. I don't think I spoke on this a couple weeks ago. Did I even had it that long?
You did mention you had gotten a new one.
Okay. So I did get a newer version of what I had, the Cadillac Escalade. When I negotiated the deal, I traded my old one in and my kid smashed up, and then insurance fixed it all up. Took 3 months later. Here we are. And so I'm at the dealership. I won't mention her name, but working out a deal. They gave me some money off because the vehicle had 100 miles on it. It was driven by the PGA Tour guys, which is kind of cool when they're in town. But then I said, I wanted some negotiation. I said, well, I want my original tires. So I'm going, because they got the black rims, they match better. You keep the new tires, but I wanted like $4,000 off on the deal. They wanted to get $2,000. I said, how about $4,000? You keep the tires, okay. Then I had these blacked out logos on the front and back, which cost like $500. And I want to take them off, and the salesman goes, no problem. And then the next day things were starting to change. They can put the tires on, but I got to pay $200 to do it. And we signed off on this deal originally, and then they can't take the logos off, takes too much time. So now I got to, spend $500 on logos. But the killer was after I signed it, I looked in the corner. Now I went to high school with the Canandaigua National Bank regional manager. So she's a bigwig up there, always helps me get loans. And all my cars are through them. She goes, no problem, we'll do it again. Just let me know when you're putting the financing through. We'll give you the best rate possible. Obviously rates gone up. So I sign off, and then I look in the corner, and it's 9.5% interest. And this vehicle wasn't cheap. So that's a lot of money over 7 years' time. So I said, what is up with that? He goes, well, that's the rate they gave us. I go, wow, because I just bought a box truck through Canandaigua National, and the rate was 7.5. So why is it 2 points more? Like, well, could be your credit score, this, and I go, in a month?
Yeah, right.
In a month, I go, nothing's changed with my credit. I can guarantee you that. So I call her up, and she says, nope, we gave them 7.5. They're trying to make 2% on you.
Oof.
So I was not happy at all. So I was playing dumb. And I said, listen, the deal's off. I don't care what I signed. There's no way I'm going to agree to 9.5%. Do what you got to do. But I'm not leaving. I'm either leaving here with my white truck at 6 o'clock or a silver truck. They made me wait and screwed around for 2 hours, acting like they're calling other banks and calling Canandaigua National Bank to get the best rate possible. And, they, at the end of the day, they gave it to me. I just wasn't happy how the whole deal went down.
Right.
I got
because you bought other vehicles from them.
Yeah, exactly. And, you're making money on my trade and you're making money on the new one. I mean, enough is enough, So I'm probably not going to deal with them anymore. I did not tell them that, but, it just left a sour taste in my mouth.
Breaking news.
Exactly. Yeah, that was very dirty. So I wasn't happy with that. I do love the vehicle. It's got some extra, options on there I like and use, but just not very happy. So watch out when you're buying these cars, because I'm hearing from other people that's something sneaky they're doing now, because maybe they're not making as much money in the cars that they want to, or they're hurting, they don't have enough car sales. So definitely double check with the bank you're getting it from before you sign on a dotted line. Confirm that the interest rate from the bank is the same one that the dealership's giving you, because I'm sure that's not the only shady dealership out there.
Well, you probably could have gotten the loan rate from yourself, right, as opposed to
I could have. Well, yeah, I mean, I could have. Yeah, they just said, "Hey, call us, we'll do it." She's trying to save me from getting involved.
Right.
So it's just ridiculous, and they still denied that it was them. They said it was the bank. I said, I've been with them 15 years. Why would they bone me on this one when it was 7.5% for the truck a month ago? But
right.
It is what it is. But I did save myself $100 a month, which is about $8,000 on the life of the loan.
That's crazy.
So definitely check that stuff out when you're buying a vehicle.
All right, everybody. Fun show. We'll see if we can't find a different background next week, only to kind of change things up a little bit. Yeah, that was bad. Definitely was bad. Want to thank everybody for coming on out. Mr. Magazine has some homework this week. He's going to be calling the eBay to find out what's going on with the listings and find out what's going on with changing everything over to Ground Advantage. We'll see if they know. Hopefully. Stop on by Tuesday, ephemera sale, 4 o'clock Eastern. And tomorrow, Thursday, is a book sale. The following Thursday is as well. So got some great buys over at Whatnot. So stop on by. Why not Whatnot, as I say all the time? Get that on a t-shirt.
Yeah,
so I want to thank everybody for coming on by. Hit the like button if you could. Definitely would appreciate it. Taking above the buy rate for decades.
Crazy.
Hit the like button if you could, and we will see you next video.
Take care. Bye-bye.